Good evening, everyone. This is Larry Bevan. Today we're on the Farmstead Creed, and today I want to talk about why I love cigars. Oh, and this is Sandy. This is my son's little pony that we just got yesterday. My daughter has a pony that we got about a month ago, coming in tomorrow, and she'll be in here with this one. And yeah, we kind of have horses now, even though they're like 3 foot tall, if that, ponies. It's kind of funny because my next door neighbor said that, what do you mean you're not a cowboy? You have horses now. And I said, calling yourself a cowboy because you have 2 ponies is like calling yourself a trucker because you own an S10 pickup, okay? So I just like wearing this cowboy hat and doing outside work. What are you doing? So you're gonna be seeing more of these in the future videos, but today we're talking about cigars. Today I'm smoking just a regular brick house. It's not the Maduro and it's not the Connecticut, it's just the regular brick house. I have no idea what the wrapper, binder, filler, and all that stuff is. I haven't looked into it. All I know is I really enjoy the brick house cigars. And this one keeps going out on me. So how did I get into cigars? Well, I think the first time I smoked a cigar, I was with my buddy at his house, and I think they got some sort of Sweet Janes. I don't know if they were Crazy Alice or something like that. It's the Amish guy who likes to come over and fish sometime. So lots of country stuff going on here. And we were sitting on his back porch, and we decided to have us ourselves a cigar. And I was like, you know what, sure, I'll try it. Yeah, this one's just fighting me. And I got so sick, it wasn't even funny. And that's when I learned that to smoke a cigar, especially actual cigars, you have like a full stomach or you're gonna just get sick and you can't smoke super fast. Lord. Ponies, I swear, they just do some of the goofiest stuff. I don't remember what it was, and then a few years went by and then I got more into pipe smoking, and then my father-in-law he was into cigars too, so I had another cigar or two, got sicker and crap, and then I finally found cigars that I really enjoy, and it's more of the darker Maduros. Now, just like with coffee, the darker the cigar, the less nicotine it has in it. So your Connecticut Shade will have a bit more nicotine in it than the Maduros. But oddly enough, my favorite cigar is a straight Ligero, which is like the strongest leaf on the entire tobacco plant, which is wild to me why I love those. But then if I'm not careful, I get sick with these. There we go. And full disclaimer, I know right now I'm kind of riding on the coattails of Dwayne from Dry Creek Wrangler School, but there's more than one person on the internet that wears cowboy hats and smokes cigars. Dwayne's a lot more knowledgeable person. He's smoked a lot more. He's got a lot more wisdom than I am, but just a different flavor of the same type. So there you have it. Now, I normally enjoyed cigars while I'm doing stuff. I found out for some odd reason that if I try to sit down and enjoy a cigar, I don't nearly enjoy it as much as if I am working on stuff. If I'm doing projects and I have to relight them because I sit them down for 8 to 10 minutes at a time to go hands-on with certain stuff and I pick it up. But in this day and age where Zins and Velos are popular, which if that's what you enjoy, that's what you enjoy, I just really like the history and the rusticness that comes with cigars, smelling the smell, tasting the flavors, finding different flavors of cigars and trying the different wrappers, fillers, bindings, and trying to find the different nuances in cigars. Now, some of you might be confused. I know I'm going to get some backlash on this. People are going to be like, well, how can you enjoy a cigar and be into fitness stuff? There's more to life than that. That can kind of be a tough question. Is this probably the healthiest habit? Probably not. Do I really care at this point? No. It's everything in moderation. I try not to smoke. Normally if I have like a pipe, I might have a bowl or two of pipe tobacco. And if I have a cigar, I try to like to one bowl of pipe tobacco and then a cigar. Because I don't want to overdo it. I've been smoking pipes and cigars for 6 years now, 7 years, and I've never had any breathing problems. I've never coughed. I've never wheezed or hacked or anything. What are you doing, huh? I've never had any issues with smoke or impacting my overall health. I just love being able to unwind and to really enjoy the flavor and the nuance that goes with it. There's just something that goes with a rustic countryside, being around horses, doing some hard work, and getting to enjoy a nice cigar. Now, unfortunately, the whole tobacco industry has kind of put a bad light on things like pipes and cigars. Now with the mass production of Marlboros and Winstons and Camels and stuff, and people becoming really severely addicted to cigarettes, people normally look down on cigars and pipes as a really nasty habit. And there's a bunch of people that are fitness people that really enjoy cigars. I just think of Jeremy Sears, I can't remember his name. He does more CrossFit stuff, and he enjoys cigars. You got Arnold Schwarzenegger, stayed in shape, and he smoked cigars most of his life. And you look at guys like Don Fry, and he stayed in relatively good shape. He smoked cigars. And it's all what you're comfortable with. You're not gonna live forever. There's no secret formula to extreme longevity, and there's people that never touch a cigarette in their life and they get lung cancer. And there's people that smoke cigars and drink whiskey every day and they live to be over 100 years old. I would think of that World War II veteran who died when he was like 109. He smoked cigars every day. You're not inhaling it into your lungs. And a cigar is a little bit of a different creature than a cigarette. And, I'm not gonna lie, I guess you could say there's a little bit of an addiction to it, but it's more of an addiction of, what's the best word for it? It really wouldn't be an addiction of, oh my God, I gotta have it, my hands are shaking, I need to have a smoke. It's more of you get addicted to the moment, to being able to sit down and enjoy the flavors. I mean, just like people look forward to a good meal, they look forward to watching their favorite show, they look forward to going and doing whatever they like to do, whether it's riding horses or whether it's four-wheeler riding, whether it's shooting guns, and you look forward to that and you get to sit down and really you get to enjoy it. Pipes and cigars are two different animals. Cigars, they have more of a consistent flavor. Most cigars taste about the same. Obviously, the different wrappers and binders, you're going to get something a little bit different. With pipe tobacco, you've got aromatics, you've got Virginia, you've got burley, you've got Latakia, you've got English blends, you've got the really sweet Virginia blends. My personal favorite is, I love burley. I love burley flake. That is my jam when it comes to pipe tobacco. But sometimes you just want something that's a little bit more stout, I guess. With a cigar, sometimes it can take a little bit more of your direct attention because, with a pipe, you can light it, smoke it for a little bit, and you can stick it in your pocket and leave it for a day or two, and then you can come back to it and pick it up. Yes, the flavor's gonna be a little bit different than fresh tobacco, but it's still there. And yes, I have smoked day or two old cigars that have been sitting in an ashtray. Say if you're about this far into a cigar and I throw it in an ashtray, heck yeah, I'm gonna, when I go and the next morning be like, I think I'm gonna finish that cigar, and you can burn it down to, or take it down to a mustache burner. And then you got the Christian side to it, which wears me out. You know, if you feel spiritual conviction towards this, then stay away from it. The Bible does not condemn any sort of tobacco products. It's, you know, the Bible says, be ye not of the world, and you're not supposed to look like the world, but this doesn't make you evil. And just because there's been bad people in history, and it's not even that prevalent now. People always think of like bikers who are drunks and beat their wives and do criminal acts, and they got a big cigar in their mouth, like, oh, you're being sinful, you're smoking a cigar, and you know, your body is the temple of the Holy Spirit. And this is true, but you're kind of missing the point. Some of the most God-centered conversations I've had have been around cigars, and the same thing with whiskey too. I mean, that you gotta be careful of, because you really have to appreciate and be careful of what you're doing. You have to look at the bottle and take your time with it, because you can get blasted. And if smoking and drinking gets in the way of your responsibility as a father, a husband, or whatnot, then probably you got to stay away from it. Coming back to the addiction side, I've never really felt an addiction towards these. It's not like first thing in the morning I gotta wake up and it's like, man, I gotta have my cigar. It's just the day is not this, you know, I gotta have a cigarette, I gotta have a cigar, I gotta have this, I gotta have that. And I've had that happen before. When I ran EMS in the local town here, I remember going to a guy's house and his blood oxygen level was really low. And he's got a face mask with oxygen that we gave him, and he's got a cigarette in his hand. And he's holding the oxygen mask and he's holding the cigarette, and he's like, I gotta finish this cigarette. It's like, that's not that important to me. You know, if I have to go in the house and put the cigar down, I have no problem putting the cigar down. If I get way too busy with work and I don't have time, then I'm not gonna smoke. And, you know, those go hand in hand too. Like some of my favorite moments is walking to my neighbor's house to go do work, and then on the way home, I walk home and I take the long way and I smoke a cigar. And it's some of the most peaceful times that I have, being able to see the scenery, smell the aromas of a cigar, taste the aromas of a cigar, and just really be immersed in the country lifestyle. So you just gotta figure out where you stand on certain things. And I don't think that tobacco products makes you a bad person. I kind of feel bad because when I was a teenager, I went and played a music festival out in Illinois, and there was a guy baptizing people, and it was a beautiful thing to see. But then he went on stage before playing, and he was smoking a cigarette, and I had this weird idea of like, you can't be baptizing people one minute and smoking cigarettes the other. You know, that's kind of a not very Christ-like, and it's a really foolish way to think about things. Some of my favorite cigars are Brickhouse Maduro. My absolute favorite is a Cane F Straight Ligero. It's the Cane F with the red label, and I really love the nubs, especially if you don't have a lot of time to smoke a big old cigar. That's a really, really good option is the smaller cigars. My favorite size is, 5x54, 5x57. Sometimes I'll get the 6x60s, but depending on what I've had to eat and what I'm doing, sometimes it can be a little much. The 60 diameter gets a little heavy sometimes. But sometimes I enjoy it. So I'd love to know what you guys think about cigar smoking. What's your favorite cigar? Do you think that it's making a comeback? I think it's making a comeback. Ladybug. I think it's making a comeback, especially with the prevalence of social media and the movies and stuff. You watch John Wick and they have cigars and they have Blantons, and then pipe smoking, I feel like, is making a big comeback, you know, with social media, and you have more prevalent pipe smokers and stuff. So it's cool to kind of see this resurgence. And pipes and cigars are not a nervous habit, is an intentional pastime. That's the way I look at it. So let me know in the comments down below what you think about pipes and cigars. I will be doing a pipe video here soon. So if you like this kind of content, just let me know in the comment box down below. Like, share, and subscribe. And thank you all for watching. This is Larry Ben with the Farmstead Creed, and you all take it easy.